In what way is this defending the interests of the American people or, American soil?
Well, there's so many facets to this that are interesting. One of the defenses that has been put forward is the legalism one, that somehow this was a kind of a law enforcement action, that, Maduro is an indicted war criminal of some sort, or a drug criminal, I should say. You can see where I'm headed with this. And that kind of flies in the face of something in that Benjamin Netanyahu is actually an indicted war criminal, somehow is received with all the niceties by the president of the United States when he visits this country. But this Maduro guy, who's supposedly, a narco kingpin, whatever, we have to go get him. He has to be decapitated. And it just so happens that there are tremendous natural resources in Venezuela that are now apparently ours. I don't know all the nitty gritty about this, but it seems to me that Venezuela isn't the United States and that Venezuela owns its resources, and yet somehow these are our oil resources. Now that brings me to what may be one of the more plausible explanations for what was done and why it was done. What if the next step is to regime change the Iranians, and that sets off some fireworks in the Middle East, and that affects global oil supplies emanating from that part of the region. And I think Trump doesn't want $8 a gallon gas in this country, because that would be pretty much the end of his presidency if that were to happen, not to mention the economy. Well, very situationally convenient to have access now to all of that oil that's right there in Venezuela and can easily be brought to the United States in an emergency situation, if need be, to to take the place of any shortfalls that might arise as a result of other political actions elsewhere in the world.